Hi, I'm Giana reporting for Kids First, and today I have the chance to speak with Mark Banker and Todd Grimes, producers of the Croods family tree. You can watch the show on Peacock and on Hulu starting April 5th, 2022. Mark Banker is an Emmy-nominated screenwriter and is known for his work on Go Dog Go, Captain Underpants, Epic Choice-O-Rama, Scooby-Doo, Moon Monster Madness, and Scooby-Doo, Spooky Games. Todd Grimes is also known for his work on Captain Underpants' Epic Choice-O-Rama, as well as Lego DC Superhero Girls, Brain Drain. Today, we'll be talking about season 2 of the show, The Croods Family Tree. Thank you both for talking with me today.
Thanks for having us.
Yes. My first question is for Mark. With the success of the other projects in the Croods franchise and your reputation as an Emmy Award nominee, did you feel any pressure about working on the season?
Man, these are pressure working on the season. You know, the thing is with this show is such a joy. The little secret is our job is one of the greatest jobs in the world. We get to do something we love and get paid for it. It doesn't get any better than that. So I've loved cartoons since I was a little kid, and getting to work on them as an adult for my job, it's a dream come true. So I always put pressure on myself. No one is harder on me than me, but honestly, like I love this so much. So the pressure is just to try and make the show a little bit better every day. Sure, I feel pressure, but it's a good pressure.
I mean, it's always normal to have pressure when you're doing something as big as a TV show. And like you say, you love doing the producing. So if you get paid for doing what you like, it's just basically a win-win.
Exactly.
Very true.
Todd, what do you think differentiates this second season from the first?
Well, that's a good question. When we started developing the show in the early days, we knew it was going to be based off the second film, the sequel that introduced the new family, the Bettermans, and all the new characters of Dawn and Phil and Hope. So when we started working on developing the TV series, we were sort of launching off that with the idea of really starting to get to know the characters a little bit more and sort of learning a little bit more about not just their personalities, but maybe their backstories and how they interact with one another. And we, would mine a lot of comedy from the situation of these two very different families having to live under the same roof. So we got to spend a lot of time looking into furthering the development of the actual characters and their personal stories. And now as we got into these deeper episodes in season 2, we were then able to kind of explore a little more of the world itself. So we still tell very character-driven stories, but we've sort of branched out a little bit more and gone into new locations and new fun worlds. And at the same time, we've been able to sort of see different types of interactions, not just each character individually, but how they interact with one another. So we've gotten to have a couple of episodes where we were able to focus more on sort of like specific relationships, like 1 or 2 or 3 characters off on an adventure together. So we've kind of moved from the sort of backstory and developing the characters into now, where can we go next and what new things can we explore and see?
Well, I did watch the first season prior to doing this interview, and you're right. I do think that the characters have gotten like into deeper situations and they have interacted with more characters instead of just having individual problems.
Yep. Yeah, that's what we were trying to kind of create stories that were sort of interesting, and also some this is sort of like a family show, hence the family tree. It's about 2 separate families. So we kind of also like to take sort of like what you just described and make it sort of relevant to a modern audience. All the like this sort of the emotions and relationships that these characters have are things that we all have in our real lives with our own families and our own friends. So
Mark. The show
Yes.
is based on prehistoric times, but there are a lot of things that are relatable to today, like throw gun nut game that they played. It reminded me a lot of football. Well, how was it difficult to make this show relatable to the audiences today?
Well, I think the issues and the themes that we tell stories about, our goal is always to make them things that'll be familiar to the audience, particularly kids. Whether it's there's an episode with Thunk where he sort of deals with wanting to focus on technology and some of the pitfalls that come with that. Of course, because we're in a prehistoric world. All of our technology is a bit of a cheat. It's made out of rocks and vines and mirrors. And that's how we sort of created a form of television in this world before television. Thousands or even millions of years before television existed. So but we always try to focus on things that a modern day audience will be familiar with and will relate to and want to see stories about, and putting those things in this setting in a prehistoric world just kind of gives you another angle to look at them from, hopefully in a fun way, and in a funny way.
Yeah, I did really feel that when I watched it. And I feel like even though it is prehistoric times, I could feel how like how you said with the TV show, I could I would think of it as TV because you it's not really actually technology because it's prehistoric times, but you could tell just the way it was presented.
Right. It's devices or contraptions that are familiar to us living in the 21st century, just with a nice caveman spin on it.
Todd, each of the episodes in this season focuses on different members of the family, like you have said. How do you think this will allow audiences to connect with each characters?
Well, I think it's funny. We often think about which of the characters that we relate to the most personally. And a lot of the people that we know that either work on the show or enjoy watching the show seem to connect oftentimes to one or two characters in particular. Like they relate to that one of the 10 main characters that we have the most. It's rarely Sandy, but it's I think when you sort of have such a big cast and all the characters represent so many different age groups and perspectives and things like that, you tend to sort of find your perspective through the eyes of one of the characters. You kind of, I totally relate to Grug, as a father myself of 3 kids. I can sort of, some of the things that he goes through, I'm like, yeah, I've been there. And then we also relate to Hope on some level when, she's always kind of like, every time I fix something and make it nice, everybody else comes in and messes it up. And, everybody's got sort of something in their own lives that they can sort of equate to one of those characters and their personalities and their stories. So I think there's sort of something for everyone in that regard. When you watch the show, you're definitely going to find something that something or someone or more character that you really kind of relate to their point of view.
Yeah, we do have 10, we have 10 main characters on the show, and they're all, very unique individuals. And
yeah.
Odds are you're going to find something in one of those 10, if not, a number of them that feels special to you, that allows you to relate to that character and root for that character. That's deliberate.
For sure.
And my final question is actually for the both of you. What do you want audiences to take away from watching this show? Todd, you can go first.
Oh, thank you. I think I would like them to take away just sort of not only laughter, but also feeling the emotional moments as well. The show is generally sort of similar to a sitcom in that we've created a situation with these two families that is very sitcom oriented, and we are able to mine a lot of humor in the dialogue as such, with all these different characters who are so different from one another having to live under the same roof. But with every laugh, we sort of try to create also some bonds and some emotional moments with these characters. So I think you watch the show and you laugh for most of it, but occasionally you're also kind of, it pulls at your heartstrings a little bit too, because we really care about these characters and we want other people to care about them as well. Even though they're fictional, they've sort of become like our imaginary family. So yeah, I would like the audience to hopefully sort of have that same feeling and those same emotions and just feel really good watching the show, and also something that can reach audiences, not just young people, but a broad audience, so that like families can watch it together and enjoy it equally, even parents, children, other family members, friends that are, that come together. So I think that's one of our big goals, would be like sort of make something that everybody's going to love on many levels.
Yeah, we definitely we're setting out to make a show that families can enjoy together, that that there's definitely something for kids, obviously, but also for the parents, and that everyone will enjoy it. We want people to laugh always. That's goal number one. In some of the episodes, we want you to cry. We definitely want people to say ooh when our cool action pieces happen. And when it's over, we want people to sigh a little bit with relief that having watched that show made things seem just a little bit better, that there's some satisfaction in having had at least a small amount of time where you enjoyed watching something.
Yeah, you get a break from the real world and have a little bit of joy and fun while you're watching the show.
Yeah.
Thank you both for talking with me today.
Our pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Tough questions.
Yes.
Thank you. I just spoke with Mark Banker and Todd Grimes about their show, The Croods Family Tree, which you can watch on Hulu and Peacock starting April 5th, 2022. Be sure to check it out. I'm Giana N for Kids First. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss my next interview, review, or one of those of our awesome teammates. See you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent.
The Croods Family Tree.